We now have a top American official admitting that it was torture. Well, the next step is, who did it? Torture is illegal. And who did it?
Well, I think
there's a name of, or names of people who did it, and then the question is, who authorized them
Rumsfeld.
to do it?
I mean, doesn't it always go up to Rumsfeld? I mean, isn't he implied? Isn't he implicated in the article?
I believe that, but where there should be somebody following this. I mean, you can't have government officials coming out and saying we tortured, and then just say,
okay, we're looking ahead, we're looking forward, we're being proactive. And, you know, a lot of Americans...
Next time, don't do that.
A lot of Americans have spoken out about torture. Glenn Beck, for instance, is very vocal about torture, and I believe I would relax some of the torturing laws to torture Glenn Beck on television every day.
The one thing about this, too, that you have to give Glenn Beck some credit for.
What?
At least he has done his homework. You know, he has gone to a top scholar on these type of issues. He's done his research. Folks.
And this information is out there.
He's not pulling this out of his ass.
Yeah.
He is looking to a definitive scholar on the topic.
And to reality. I mean, he's also a truth seeker.
Of course, it's also a fictional person, but that's not relevant. Let's see it.
All right, as long as we're talking doom and gloom, yes. let's move on to the show 24. Don't tell me what happened the last 2 nights because I DVR'd it. But I know you have to spill the beans a little bit because Jack Bauer apparently in the show testifies before Congress.
Yeah.
And you talked about this on your radio show yesterday. All he does is tell the truth.
The truth. There's two things, and I said on the radio show yesterday, I think we're headed for another McCarthy era. I think we're headed for, and not, you know, are you a communist? But do you disagree with what our government is doing on both sides of the aisle, these extremes on both sides? Do you disagree? Well, yes, I do, and it's going to take somebody who sits in front of Congress who's not afraid of them anymore and does what Jack Bauer did, and that is, yes, I did torture, and I'm proud of it, and it's time for these things to come out of the closet. We're talking about getting rid of Guantanamo. Well, we still have rendition. That was a Clinton-era nightmare.
I am pro-rendition, pro-waterboarding.
No, you know what? Then good. Then all you have to do is say that.
But Clinton, but when are they going to let that go? I cannot fucking deal with that guy.
I am terrified of this era where we could have some type of McCarthy figure asking people if they've actually tortured someone. Where will it end? Have you murdered someone? Have you stolen? Have you raped? My God! This used to be a country where you could torture and have some pride in it, and now what we're doing is we're shoving all the torturers underground.
So come out.
Sneak around if you like to torture.
Come out of the closet. All torturers should come out of the closet. We no longer have to be ashamed. If you're a torturer, come out. Be proud. We're here. We torture. Get used to it.
Stop hiding in the shadows. My God.
I got an email here.
My God.
I'd like Marin to know
there are young torturers out there.
Yeah.
Who are probably
living in the Midwest.
13-year-olds.
Afraid that
they're skinning cats and dogs, and then they're afraid to talk about it.
They're waterboarding their siblings.
Need role models.
That's
right. To get on TV, to get onto print journalism.
Like, thank God Glenn Beck has the courage of, say, a Harvey Milk to get out there and say, enough.
Enough.
Enough.